there, Synth Drones. Today we're going to talk about the Behringer UB-Xa. Hi, I'm Pure Ambient Drone, and this is my channel where I vlog about synthesizers. So hit the subscribe button, tap the bell, keep up with all of my synth adventures. JamesDrone.com is the place to be to connect with me. I've had a lot of synthesizers that have come in to this studio and have gone out, but I must have missed one, the Behringer UB-Xa. Ronald commented on one of my videos, and I've heard about this synthesizer, by the way, but he provided a link to it. So thank you, Ronald. Appreciate that. And it's a synthesizer that Yuli made when he was 16 years old. It had 2 analog oscillators and an analog filter that was so unstable that it acted as an oscillator all by itself, but not by design. And so I got to thinking about this today. Even though I've already heard about this synthesizer, I thought, you know, when I was 16 years old, I was still in school, of course, and I was into programming computers. And I remember that this was like the pre-internet era, where you just couldn't get online and look and search for information. So everything came, all of my knowledge about programming and computers came from magazines and books that I would go hunt down at bookstores and read cover to cover over and over and over again. And I remember how hard it was to obtain information on how to make something. You just couldn't search for it online. And it's so much easier today to get online and research a subject and learn how to do something. In fact, I researched how to fix the brakes on my riding lawnmower a few days ago, and it worked like a charm. But back when I was a kid, if I was to do something like that, I'd have to go find a book on lawnmowers. But first, I'd have to go find a bookstore and hope that they had something in store that, you know, I could buy for that. So lots of respect to a man who has been chasing his dream for decades and has finally come to a point where right now I believe Behringer is one of the most sought after synth brands in the world. Love, hate, like, don't have an opinion at all. The fact is that everyone I talk to in the synth selling industry, people who actually sell synthesizers for a living, people who market these, I know quite a few of them. And let me tell you what, Behringer products fly off the shelves. They are constantly running out of stock on Behringer stuff. And so that says that Behringer is on the right track. And so I thought that since someone like Ronald thought it was important to mention this synthesizer, it was important for me to bring it up here on this channel because I'm a consumer. I consume product, okay? And I think it's important that we have choice on the market so that other synth companies will follow the lead of Behringer. And what is that lead? They're making affordable synthesizers. They're making synthesizers priced at a range of cost where the person who couldn't buy an original or doesn't want to buy an original vintage synthesizer. Because let's face it, some of those synthesizers, many of them, my gosh, all of the vintage synthesizer prices are going way out of control. You know, people say every year a vintage synth should go up in price because it's getting older. Well, I think that there is a point where prices should come down because that synthesizer is getting older. It is a working electrical device. And so it's going to fail. And so every year you're taking some time off of the lifespan of that vintage synth, but yet we see them climbing up, 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 up. Now, personally, I am never going to buy a Pro One original synthesizer because I've heard that they suffer from failure on a large scale. I don't know if that's true, but I've heard it. And I have not yet thought that it was worth over $1,000, which a lot of people are asking for a Pro One. Behringer has an alternative, and it's much cheaper than the vintage. And the same thing goes with an Arp Odyssey. Now, I would love to own an original Arp Odyssey, but I wouldn't love paying for one. And so Behringer gives me the option to get one at an affordable price. Now, as a disclaimer, I got to tell you something. I don't have any Behringer synthesizers other than the DeepMind 12, and that's simply because I want presets on my synthesizers. At the time of this video, I don't own any synthesizers that don't have the capability of saving presets. Okay? Now, I may make an exception when the mono poly comes out. I might have to get that one simply because I have the Poly 6 and I want to compare the two. Because the original mono poly from Korg and the original Poly 6, to my ears, sounded identical in their character and their nature. Okay? So I want to see if Behringer has captured that essence. And that would be an interesting comparison. But I haven't made up my mind because I really don't need another synthesizer either. Do I want another synthesizer? Yes. Do I need another one? No, I really don't. I think I'm at a point now where I'm really happy with my studio. And when I get my final piece, because I am working on a project, by the way, when I get that final piece in here, it might be my final piece, I'll do a studio tour for you guys and let you know where I'm at and why I made some of the choices I made. Anyways, what do you guys think about the UB-One and Behringer and Yuli? Where do you guys think they're heading in the future? Leave your comments below. I'd love to hear from you. And until next time, I am James Drone, aka Pure Ambient Drone. Keep calm and synth on.